From the top.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything was muted for the sound check. Yep, you can hear it now. Come on, let's go.
Get the drop?
We ain't getting nothing. So let's go. From the top. Hey, where's LeConte?
Rewind.
Where you at? Look.
It happens, honey.
Yeah,
it
right,
happens.
right. We ain't had one of them in a long time. So we're live now. Look, everybody like, we can't hear shit they saying. Right. Okay, come on, from the top. Wait a minute, let me reset my clock here.
Do I remember what I said exactly?
That is hilarious. Yeah, we gotta get them dropped. Let's go. From the top. Welcome to the Antonio Pakinson Project. Strike 2. Welcome to the Antonio Pakinson Project. You are watching the fastest growing visual podcast in the Memphis market. Today, we have Ina Esco, double E, the host and founder of the Verbally Effective podcast. She's going to be with us. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. Don't go anywhere. Hit that subscribe button. You're watching the Antonio Pakinson Project. Again. Welcome back to the Antonio Pakinson Project. You are watching the fastest growing visual podcast in the Memphis market. Let's give it up for it one more again. Yeah. All right. Yeah, and today we got a wonderful special co-host.
Special.
You know, she's Angelica, y'all, is on her anniversary trip.
Yes.
So happy anniversary to Angelica and Mitch.
Happy anniversary.
And many more. I don't know how many years this is for them.
Yeah.
What is this?
It's been, they've been going for a while.
They've been going for a while?
Been going for a while.
Okay, he just gave me a Kojak answer. But y'all give it up for Ina Esco in the building. Ina Esco. Yeah. Man.
Good to be here.
Finally.
In the building.
Ina Esco in here, man. It was like pulling chicken teeth, man, to get her to come on the show,
teeth.
man. Look, but we're excited to have you, Ina Esco. But hey, look, that's my DJ.
Yeah.
DJ Kojak in the building. Let's give it up for him. DJ Kojak in the building. All right. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Can you? I can hear you now.
You can hear me now? DJ Kojak, scratch it up for Ina Esco 4 times.
Double E's. Double E's.
Double E's.
Double it up.
Bam.
Ooh.
And look at the end. Yeah, man. I started to do that record stop. Ina, you did hit the scratch.
I heard it.
Okay,
That's
all
what
right.
I
So we, hey, Ina heard the scratch.
She got a fan for life.
She got a fan for life. Yeah, man, definitely, man. Happy anniversary to Angelica Jelly Woods.
Yeah.
You know, our co-host. She's out right now and they're traveling and enjoying the what's the word? What's the description I should say that's proper? Enjoying the fruits of marriage.
Yeah.
Right.
Get it
Beautiful
in.
thing.
Get it in.
Beautiful thing.
Consummated.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, he said
Right,
consummated.
right. That's what they're doing.
She gonna come back with a baby.
Yeah, right. Or
Oh,
they
so
been
this the
practicing.
honeymoon.
Or they've been married. This is their anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe
it may
I
be
don't
a
know.
baby.
She come back with a baby, or
So-
maybe they just practiced.
Yeah, just pray.
Well,
You know, I don't know. And you've been married, right? You married,
I'm married.
right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. How many years now?
Now it will be 17.
Did you, 17?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's like,
I love that man.
man. Apparently,
Yes.
yeah, 17 years. Hey, man, congratulations on 17 years. When
Yeah.
is your anniversary? You know, you had to think about that when I asked you how many years. I'm like,
Because
look.
I always think about my son, my oldest
Uh-huh.
son. He's 19. We got married 2 years after that. So
Okay.
our anniversary is actually on November 25th.
oh, it's coming up.
coming up.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna be doing the same thing. Y'all gonna be
Yeah.
consummating.
We gonna be-
right?
yeah, 'cause
y'all
we be
gonna
consummating,
Okay.
man.
Okay. All right.
You know I gotta
Gotta
consummate.
consummate. Hey, man.
Keep them happy, huh?
Yeah.
Hello.
And so this will be year 18 or 17.
So this year will be 18.
Oh, that's incredible, man. I mean, seriously, y'all give it up for that, man. That's 18 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
Black
hell,
love.
you look like you 23.
Well, I appreciate-
she
I'll
got
take
married at
all the
5. She got
compliments.
married at 5 years old. You know, that was actually legal in Tennessee,
Well,
a year ago. You know, but we'll talk to Jesse about that one with Jesse. right. Woo, man, look, the shit that comes out of the Tennessee Capitol, man. You be
Tennessee something
Man,
else.
Tennessee, something serious, man. But there are good things that are coming out of Tennessee, such as Verbally Effective Podcast.
Verbally Effective
Right,
Podcast.
right. And so, how long have you been doing the podcast?
Going on 7 years now.
7 years. So you started that almost around the time you got married. So look
Look at him. Look
Hey,
at him. Well,
hey.
actually, I had been doing radio. This is my 25th year in radio. So 7 years ago, I can remember it like it was yesterday. It was all these production studios at iHeart that were empty.
Right.
And I was like, I would always ask programming, hey, can I bring such and such on and talk about what they're doing in the community in Memphis? And I would get a no. It doesn't align with programming, right?
Isn't
So
that
I
something?
said, okay, I'm gonna start.
Wait a minute,
I'm gonna
wait a
start
minute.
my
Pause
own
right
show.
there. Pause right there. Bringing
does not
people-
align with
bringing
programming.
people in that's doing good things in the community.
Yes,
It what now?
it does not align with programming.
Mm.
Or maybe they weren't spending money on advertising.
Oh,
There
okay,
you go.
okay.
You know how they can go
Yeah,
sometimes.
but well, okay, yeah, but yeah.
So that was back then, right?
Right. Has
So,
it changed?
uh,
Okay, all right.
But I think the goal is to be more community focused with some of these big media conglomerates. I'm not saying that that is what's happening full force, but I know I can do that with my podcast.
I
Right?
mean, we're forced to do it because
Yeah.
when either television or radio is not giving the people what they want because
Exactly.
these corporations are operating from an ivory tower somewhere else.
Yes.
And they're piping in radio shows and that have no affinity at all and syndication to our communities. They have no connection or
There's no
affinity to our
connection.
communities. I remember growing up, right? When radio was local, and I was in Port Arthur, Texas at the time, right?
I'm from Beaumont,
You're
Texas.
from Beaumont, so
Yes.
back
Beaumont?
then,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
PA, the
I
Golden
didn't
Triangle
know
in the
that.
building. We in the building.
Big money,
Beaumont.
Beaumont. Big money.
Right, PA, baby,
Bow
home of the
City.
trio,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
so, I
Golden
remember when
Triangle.
Kiss 98 was the local station, right? And they used to do, at night, they used to do the night flight, right? And you could call in and say, send them, this is what Angelica and Mitch are doing right now anyway, calling in, sending them those, what do we call them? Sweet, what do we call it when you're doing, when you whispering to your girlfriend, right?
Sweet nothings.
Sweet nothings.
nothings.
Yeah, sweet nothings.
He know about
Look,
it.
Jesse know about that, right? Jesse was calling in on the night flight.
Okay,
Jesse was calling in on the
Sang
night
his
flight,
voice.
right?
Yeah, I was just trying to let you.
Right,
Right.
man. And look, and that's how you got the message across to the girl you liked,
Yeah.
right? You say something on the radio to them, right? And they like, kiki. Man, look, then you get the kiki the next day, right? And when I mean kiki.
Yeah,
the
okay,
laughter,
kiki.
Right. But that's
Yeah.
what
That was the format back then.
Right,
Yeah.
that was, man. And
So much has changed.
It has changed, man. It's all money now, right?
Yes, but now thanks to technology and it being a digital world, we can say what we want on our podcast. We have our
love
own
that.
platform
Right.
to
Yeah.
get on these social media platforms and really just share our voices, uplift our communities, and give information. Right.
Right.
We're
Give
not.
real
We're
information.
not. Gatekeeped anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So-
And it's interesting because you think about how the music business and the entertainment industry has changed, right?
Oh, yeah.
So for some years back, I used to be over the chair of the music commission, right? And I remember when we talked about, the digital download graph and the brick and mortar sales when those lines met. And that brick and mortar was going to plummet, and digital sales was going to shoot sky high. And that was I remember when they met. I
They've
remember
been
when them graphs
forecasting
met,
this.
and it did exactly what we said it was going to do. But it created. It splintered everything in the industry to where it's so much independence now and opportunity to me. You ask me, but it sent the large station. I mean the radio conglomerates, the television conglomerates, and the record labels scrambling because they did not know what to do
Yeah.
or how to handle
And
it.
I still think, like on the record side, on the music side, I don't think
Right.
they really know how to calculate these
They
downloads.
definitely
Like
don't. And that's what I was going
the
to say.
formula, the artists are not agreeing with it.
That's what I was going
Right.
to say. It's pros and cons. Now, pros are definitely because we have more platforms. We can actually get out there and we can say what we want to say. But the money, it's so much crooked stuff going on.
Yeah.
So when
was
it
crooked
came,
stuff going on back then, too, though.
yeah. And
Yeah,
so
right,
now you gotta, you can't, I can't imagine, how much money they're
But you-
making that
Right. Oh,
we don't
man.
get a piece of.
But
artists.
what's interesting is when it comes to the streaming platforms, a lot of the major label distributors such as Universal and these others, they bought up. They own these streaming platforms.
Oh yeah.
So and which to me is a conflict of interest, right? You think about it, right?
That's
Because they also own the artist, well, for lack of a better word, but own the artist name, brand, likeness, music in a lot of cases. And then those same artists are streaming their music on the same distributors streaming platform.
You may as well be independent now.
Man, and look,
You might as
real
well
talk.
really
real
put
talk.
a full focus into your campaign and do it independently now, in my opinion.
And that's what a lot of the folks here are in the South anyway, are doing.
We've been doing it.
Right? Been selling them out the trunk for years. Right. Yeah. So look, but again, so now, 7 years ago, you started Verbally Effective podcast. Give me some notable moments. Who have you had on there that just really struck you?
Player Fly
Man,
was
that's great though.
unforgettable.
Let me go back and watch that.
Yeah.
Please do.
I know that's hilarious.
Yes,
Man.
because Fly is gonna be Fly, and Fly is from South Memphis, and I'm a Lamorne college graduate.
Yeah, I am
so
too. I'm alumni too.
Right.
So
you alum too?
Yeah.
So he often talked about his history with South Memphis, his relationship with his grandmother, Minnie Mae. I'll never forget that conversation.
Right.
But Fly, he gonna get into some things. So while we're talking, there's a lot going on. There was a lot going on,
Really?
like in the environment,
Okay.
like I wanted us to stay focused.
Right.
But he was unforgettable. I would also say that I actually had an interview with Mayor Paul Young before he was Mayor Paul Young, when he was over the
HCD.
commission.
Yeah,
And he was a really
downtown commission. Yeah.
downtown commission. So he was very interesting because I tried some new segments on him, which was I think it was like an R&B, like finish that line on this R&B song. So
that's
he
hilarious.
he was good up
Was
until
he
that
good?
last song.
What was
So
that?
Mayor Young, I think it was an Aaliyah song, which he should have knew his 90s music, okay? But he kind of messed up a little bit, but I just went ahead and gave it to him. So he was interesting as well. But I've talked to,
Wait a minute, before you move on from Paul Young, because I got to tell you, we had him on the show too, right?
How did he do?
It was funny as hell because we were talking about 5 things you should not buy with your tax dollars, right? With your income tax return, right? And one of us said bundles, right? He was like, man, what are bundles?
He didn't know what bundles were.
Yeah, look, when we told him, he said, "Oh, well, I ain't never had to deal with bundles, right?" So he wasn't up on bundles.
Yeah,
right. That's so funny.
But when you have conversations with these people, with your guests, you never know what's going to come out of a conversation.
You're absolutely right.
Right,
Yeah.
and Antonio, I know you're a very talkative person. You know how to get information out of people, and that's what makes a great podcaster, in my opinion. The art of banter,
Right.
the art of dialogue, how you can go back and forth and pull things out of people they don't normally talk about. So I've had politicians, business owners, your everyday average Joe. We're almost on episode 300.
Oh, damn, that's dope. Give it up for that, man.
Yeah.
Episode 300.
Yes.
This is episode
That's work.
55 for us.
Yes.
But 300, that is incredible.
Yes.
Work.
So they let you know I've been
Yeah, you've been doing
consistently podcasting, and at this point of the podcast, this podcast has taken my career in media in several avenues, right? I am the innovator in residence at Casa Library for podcast programming. So I teach podcasting now.
That's
We
dope.
just did our second annual podcast festival at
Right.
Casa. We had Amanda Seals as our keynote speaker.
That's
that was
incredible.
huge.
That is big.
Yeah.
And
saw
also, we're now taking Verbally Effective to your TV screen. Like I'm on YouTube as well, but I don't want to say all the details right now.
No,
But
spit it out.
we're going into TV programming.
I love it. That's dope.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so-
Come on
That's
now.
Because you
dope.
know how we said we were talking about TV and the evolution of radio and TV. They want to get into podcasting, into their programming.
Yeah, I noticed.
So-
I noticed some stations doing
Yeah,
that too.
So
they
we're
are.
kicking it off in
Yeah.
Memphis as well.
Okay.
So hopefully with what I do with teaching podcasting as an innovator in residence, I can develop a pipeline for that talent to do those type of projects.
Yeah, that's dope.
So that's my goal.
Yeah, we're interested. So
Yeah,
keep
I
us-
got
keep us
you.
in mind. We're hot. We're hot
Yeah.
now. So but look, let me go back to the podcast festival because I think it's important. First of all, kudos to you for pulling that off, right?
Thank you.
I love to see innovation and new and fresh ideas in the market, right? And that's actually one of the reasons why I stayed here, came back and moved here.
Why?
Because it was still virgin, right? You can do new
It's
and
so much
exciting things.
opportunity
It's so much
here.
opportunity,
Untapped
right?
market.
Untapped market, right? And so you did this podcast fest, and this is second year, right? You had a vision, which is absolutely amazing, right? And so that's gonna be that is the big dog, and will be the big dog podcast festival for the Memphis market.
It was huge this year,
right? That
it
is
was
awesome,
amazing.
and I hate that I couldn't get there, because it was that street name 8Ball and MJG.
I've forgiven
right.
you.
But yeah. After I got beat up first before she gave it. But
Did you get beat up for real?
But that is
or
absolutely,
should I beat him up now?
right. Yeah, right. But that's amazing. You know, where are we going from here, Ina Esco?
Wow. You know, like at this point in my career, Antonio, being in media, being in radio, some TV as well for 25 years, I want to bring in and usher the next group of media savants. Like there are so many people that want to get into media, don't know where to begin, or they feel they have no voice. I want to help develop that talent right now. So that is my goal right now. I want to usher in the new, because I don't see a lot of that going on.
That's incredible. That is. Look, before we wrap this segment up, Ina, tell everybody how they can watch the podcast, and we're going to put the link in the video description on YouTube and all our other stuff too. But tell everybody how they can watch the podcast and how they can get in touch or tap into what it is that you're doing.
Okay, so you can actually follow me, Ina Esco. That's ENAESCO on all social media platforms. I'm talking about TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Also, you can follow Verbally Effective as well. Hit up their website, verballyeffective.com. You can check out all of the podcast videos on the Ina Esco YouTube channel. And come see me at Cosset Library to get some podcast information. Okay.
I like what you said there. I like what you said.
Yes.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Y'all give it up for
Very
Ina Esco in the
demure.
building.
Demure, cutesy.
Right. But look, we will have those links up also. So y'all hit that subscribe button. And thank you for watching. And don't go anywhere, because we're going to have another episode right behind this of the Antonio Pakinson Project. Welcome to the Antonio Parkinson Project. You're watching the fastest growing visual podcast in the Memphis market. Don't go anywhere because today we're talking about bribes against Diddy. Also, accusations against Garth Brooks. Who'd have thought that? J. Cole has finally entered the Drake and who was the dude?
K-Dot.
K-Dot.
Kendrick Lamar.
K-Dot.
It's a little late for that. It's
You
a
know,
little
J. Cole
late.
done jumped in there
It's a little
again. And 5 reasons people believe they're above average. We're going to talk about that when it comes to the dating pool. So y'all don't go anywhere. Hit that subscribe button. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project. Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. I am Antonio Parkinson. You're watching the fastest growing visual podcast in the Memphis market. Let's give it up for that.
Yeah. Doing numbers.
Yeah, we are. We're over 5 million views.
That's what
right
I'm
in the aggregate across our social media platforms and stuff. And I think we're at like
That's
2.5 million on YouTube alone.
Yeah.
Right, but we're doing great things. Yeah. Hey, look. Hey, Kojak.
What it do?
Angelica is on her anniversary travel assignment.
Yes.
And
That's what we calling it.
that's what we're calling it.
What
So
is the
congratulations to Angelica and Mitch on their anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what.
Man. She been working hard.
she
They deserve
has.
this time. They deserve
Y'all
this.
been
shit.
working.
She has reconstituted, man. You know, and you know, they
That's what I
Kojak,
did last week. My anniversary was last
you
week.
was consummating.
Oh yeah.
Kojak said, "Oh, he said that."
Made like
You
2,
like
3
baby.
babies. 2, 3
What?
babies.
What? 2, 3.
Yeah,
Man. Hey, look. So we got the wonderful Ina Esco
Come on
Double
now.
E in the building. Yeah.
in the building.
In the building. Yeah, she is the host and founder of Verbally Effective Podcast, and we are excited to have you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank
Great
you,
to
thank
be
you,
here.
Thank you. Thank you. You're always welcome. You're always welcome. We celebrate, you know, everything you're doing with your podcast and with the podcast festival.
definitely.
And you know, we applaud you and we truly appreciate everything you do for our community because
Thank you.
this is what Black excellence looks like.
Yes.
Real talk, seriously.
Thank you. I
And you
appreciate
know,
it.
because you know, it takes, these are selfless acts. People don't realize it. A lot of times we spend a lot of our money, our own money,
Say that. Come on,
to
speak.
make this
Okay.
shit happen, right?
Speak.
And you know, a lot of times it's thankless, right? And you know, but you
And
have,
for some
go ahead.
reason, people think that you made a killing or you.
Oh my God,
They don't
man.
understand the ratio
Man.
of how much work it goes into
And-
it,
and-
and how the money is not
Right,
really
and
there.
how you 30
Yeah.
cents away from having a quarter,
What?
and you, but you still making this shit happen.
But you
Still
got this
make it
dream and this
Man.
passion
There
that
you
you
go. Come
cannot
on now.
let go
Right,
of.
right.
Yes, so
right.
like my
I'm
club
with you.
hip hop. Hip
Oh,
hop.
what's
your
I got a
hip-hop?
spot. I got a
Shut
club.
up.
I got a
I hope
club.
Angelica's watching. I hope.
I got a stop it.
Like my.
I got a club called Hip Hop. It's at Raleigh Grange and Sycamore View.
He does.
And we do great events.
He
You know
does.
what I'm saying? And it came from a dream that I had.
It did.
And I'm still putting it out there. I'm
You gotta keep doing
And,
it.
and he's gonna get that shameless plug in
yeah.
there too.
And we
look,
got to do something together too. You know, you got to host something.
right.
I would definitely host something.
That's
for
what
you.
it's on- it's on
let's,
paper.
let's collaborate.
It
you know
is
what? And a lot of people don't like to
documented.
collaborate.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
That's the thing. Why is that? Is that a Memphis thing or is that like a
You know-
people thing,
you
a
know,
human
that's
thing?
that's an I don't understand thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I always tell people, you know, and you let's take it here. You look at, you know, the rap wars that are going on in our city, right? And one thing I know
Come on.
is that the entertainment industry has so much money, there should never ever be a fight over anything in it, right?
Right.
And I tell people this too. You know, if we just get a crumb off of the crust of the pie, that's enough to feed our generations for generations. Think about that,
Say
right? So what
Say
are we
that.
fighting for? You follow me? And so why are we not reaching out and helping each other and plugging? I want to celebrate your podcast. That's why we wanted you on the show. We want to celebrate you and help boost it even more.
It's a collaboration.
Right. It's a collaboration, right? It's just showing love. We are not in competition here at the Antonio Parkinson Project with anybody.
Right.
Yeah, we don't look left, we don't look right. We look straight ahead. Seriously. So we're not competing with other podcasts. So we welcome people that got podcasts because we want other people to watch yours too.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be.
It should be like that. It should definitely be like that. But, I just figure, like, even on a higher level, if we can collaborate, you're in politics. My boy DJ Kojak, you've been in the business for a while.
Yes.
You'll notice a lot of people do not like to collaborate
They do not like
on
to
projects. It becomes, like you said, a competitive type of scenario where we can get more done if we join forces. So
Exactly.
I'm all about the collabs.
And that even goes into mentorship. A
Yes.
lot of people won't mentor because they think that they're going to build their competitor. No, you're actually building an ally. Someone that, in fact, the better the person under your tutelage does, the more it says about you.
Yes, I
Right.
agree. I totally agree.
Right, man. I'm gonna tell you this though, Ina Esco, you fit right in because if Angelica was standing right there, we'd be way off track too again because she does the same thing, right? So look, thank you for that.
Oh, we gonna be talking about the
Look, thank you for that.
Yeah.
But look, so hey, Diddy is in the news again, right? And I think
Again.
Diddy's gonna be in the news for a long time, right? TMZ is reporting that the lady, I think her name is Thalia Graves. I might be jacking her name up, but she was the one that did the press conference with Gloria. What's the lady's name? Jesse Gloria. That the feminist movement.
The lawyer. I know you're
Yeah.
talking
Yeah, I
about
know.
Gloria.
Yeah, but yeah, she was. So they did their press conference, and she was accusing Diddy. Thalia
Always, or
was
something like
accusing Diddy of rape and all of this stuff, right? But it has been alleged, now this is according to TMZ, that text messages have been discovered that says that the lady, Miss Graves, was offering $3 million to her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
who basically
pretty much say
Yeah.
what she was saying was true.
right, and to be an alibi for, not an alibi, but a witness to or supporter, a corroborator of what she was saying. And that ex-boyfriend said he's since blocked her.
What?
And said, and said, ain't no way, right? And it was a $3 million offer.
She got $3 million to get
she was-
get a boyfriend.
this was gonna come out
if
of
she get
the-
the money from
If
Diddy.
she get the money.
Right.
He probably like, you still crazy.
But think about now. Remember, these attorneys have put out their advertising.
Yeah.
For people that have been basically
Assaulted.
SA'd by Diddy.
Yeah.
They're saying if you've been SA'd by Diddy, come to us and talk to us about it. And it was 3,000 back then, 3,000
3,000.
That's a lot of
respondents
people.
and 112 of them that they accepted,
Yeah.
right? And so, but that goes to show you
That's ridiculous.
that some of this stuff is just going to be pure opportunists,
Oh,
opportunists,
definitely.
that are, trying to jump in the fray. And again, all of this is, stuff that's still in the mix. So,
And I'm not surprised. Diddy brought it on himself. Diddy has brought this on himself
Diddy bought-
because of the
really?
behavior
Alleged.
of being a bad boy all these years. And I could believe, the numbers are staggering. I'm not gonna lie, the numbers are staggering. Is it true? Is it not true? I don't know. He gonna have his date in court. He can't get that bond. He gonna be there until May, until the trial begins. That's
Yep.
a long time for him to think about some things, right?
It
And
is.
that's a long time to strategize as well. So now we got this proof with this Thalia Graves young lady who's trying to get the boyfriend to corroborate with $3 million. Like, that's letting you know some of these accusations aren't correct. So this may possibly even make a hole in the case and Diddy get off. I ain't gonna lie.
Might
Right.
get off.
Something ain't right.
Speaking of holes in the case, they are now saying, and this is, I want to make sure I get my sources right on this stuff because I don't want to be the one that they say like what happened with Piers Morgan the other night.
My
This is
girl,
according to, right. This is according to Billboard.
Uh-huh.
They're saying that the feds leaked the tape of Diddy and Cassie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
I
what
believe that. I believe that. I believe that.
it's
Do
like
they do
people-
things
It's all
like
about
that?
it's all about timing to me.
Yeah, and
It's
setting
about
up-
timing to me.
But yeah, and so, but I think the argument is that if they leaked it, then they were trying to bias public opinion before they actually
raided.
placed the charges and raided his spot.
They raided it
So
right
they
afterwards.
already had the tape, though. They were holding on to this tape all this time.
Well, according to Billboard, Diddy's attorneys are saying that the feds leaked the tape, according to Billboard.
Oh, but that's allegedly.
Not according to the Antonio Parkinson Project, according to Billboard.
According to Billboard.
Right, yeah.
Do they have proof?
I don't want. According to
thoughts
Billboard,
and
we
views.
just, you know, yeah. They're the thoughts and views of Billboard and these other sources are.
So that can lead into the holes in the case still. This is
Gotcha.
a part of his strategy. Now,
Yeah, right.
is it true? Is it not true? We don't know
I think
yet.
we'll find
Can
out,
they
though.
prove that the feds leaked the video?
I would think that if they, you think that if they're saying that they got something that makes them believe that. Now, so Diddy's story. There are more stories coming forth. Allegedly, this is from CNN. Garth Brooks.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Garth Brooks made headlines after being accused
What Garth doing?
of SA. Garth Brooks
More
is accused
SA?
of SA and battery from one of the makeup artists.
makeup
right?
artists,
It was
yeah.
actually
Okay, I
his
heard.
wife's makeup artist, according to
Whoa.
CNN. And then and from what I read, she traveled with Garth Brooks by herself, and she was saying that these events and incidents happened. Right? Yeah.
Whoa,
but that's-
I'm looking at it now, and that's kind of
Yeah.
looking at what?
Is she just now coming out about this,
This
or
just
did this happen?
Yeah, this just
29
came out.
This happened
2019.
2019.
Yeah, like a
So
week ago.
it happened in 2019, though.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like the fire from Diddy's case is really giving women confidence to come out with their SA cases, though.
Yeah.
Maybe Garth was getting okay. They
Hey.
said rape on here, baby.
Man, but
I
look,
see.
hey, I say though, I
said-
tell people, look, the entertainment business is the entertainment business is the entertainment business. When we had Michael Adrian Davis on the show a couple weeks ago, we talked about the gospel entertainment business, right? And it's still the entertainment business. I was in
dirty business.
Yeah, I was in Miami back at, I think we were at Impact Music
remember
Conference
that.
back in the day.
I
And I
remember
remember
Impact.
I think it was Def Jam was having a party, and we were all in line to get in the party, and Mary was standing right behind me.
Yeah.
Right, we were having conversations while we was waiting to get into the party.
at
It's
that
the
party.
entertainment business, right?
at
No,
that
and no
party.
knock against Mary. I don't know what they were doing, but I know they were fine back then. But I'm like, dang, y'all.
They were fine back then.
Whew. Yes, they were.
Voluptuous.
Yes, they were.
Because they still kind of curvy.
They still curvy. Okay, yeah, they was curvy.
Look, he said they were curvy. But let me tell you something. I think, even being in radio is a part of the entertainment business.
Right.
I think what saved me from getting into a lot of trouble in this business is that I constantly worked throughout my entertainment career. Not only did I work in entertainment, I had a corporate job too. So I never had time to go to all the parties and hang out and do all the
Well, that was-
things.
yeah,
I think
you were
that saved
preserved.
me.
That was
think
gonna be my
that saved
question. I was
me.
gonna ask you.
Yeah, like- I never hung out a lot.
But they came at you though.
yeah.
They can't what?
Oh, Coach, you
I
see.
mean, yeah.
look,
I mean,
not that they didn't
speaking
try.
of courage, have you had courage to speak on anything that happened to you in the industry?
That's what I'm saying. I've never had.
So you ain't never go to a Diddy party?
No.
Never.
No.
Okay.
Did
Did he throw one in Memphis?
No.
So are you saying did I go to LA
Oh,
or New
probably
York to
did,
go to
right? He
one? No.
probably did.
Have you ever been to a Diddy
I've
party?
never
is the
been to a
question.
Diddy party. Never
Well,
been to a
I
Diddy
thought
party.
you did go to.
No, that was Michael. I've never been to a Diddy party.
But I heard,
thought you went in
like-
the daytime.
No, that wasn't me.
You
Oh,
was at the
okay.
day party.
No,
The
that
day
was A-Ball
party.
and them. Ball and G went to a
They
Diddy
went to
party.
a Diddy
okay.
party.
Yeah.
But I could believe people went to Diddy parties because there were different versions of Diddy
That's what
parties.
Ball
Yeah,
and G
part
did.
one and part two.
Yeah.
So-
They used to do that here in Memphis, right? There was a strip club back in the day over there off of Democrat.
Oh, yeah?
Right, and all the strip clubs were supposed to close at 2:00, and they closed and they locked the door,
Doors.
right? And the people that were inside, were inside, right? And it was a different animal.
They
And
locked the
when
door.
they locked that door.
Yep.
Right.
That's why they had to come down with all these laws
Man,
on the strip
yeah,
clubs in Memphis.
they did because back then the strip club they
You
were
could show
butt
everything.
booty naked.
That's what the strip
Yeah,
clubs are
yeah.
supposed to be, right?
Ain't nobody butt booty naked.
Not no more.
Not LA.
Not no more.
But Memphis was raw with
That's
it.
what
man.
listen. Ice Cube
Right.
said that when he came, that's how he made the movie that he made.
Right.
After coming to Memphis, he was like, "You can do this in the strip club."
Also, there were always laws in place for the strip club.
Yeah.
I mean, not here.
Yeah,
Here,
allegedly.
Right.
Right.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Pure passion.
Yeah.
Pure
We was the
passion.
Wild Wild West in the strip
Right.
club.
Going in.
Y'all
And
was
look,
up in. Look how y'all
Look, but I was
responded.
working music. I was promoting
and
music.
I was DJing. So.
Yeah, okay. And y'all was watching them booties shake.
Yeah, nah, well,
Y'all was looking at the TNA.
You can't help but see it. You can't help but see it. But I was
okay.
promoting music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, since we talking about music, man, let's skip past that, man. Shout out to our very own Glorilla, man.
Mine. Get him,
Man, we
go.
gotta.
Glow album drop.
We gotta shine. We gotta put the
Big
shine
shout out
light
to
on.
Glow.
Yeah. Who's on that album too?
Man, some of
Man,
everybody.
Lotto on there. Meg Thee Stallion.
Come
Kirk
on now.
Franklin.
Kirk that's what
It's
got
on
me.
the
The
album.
song,
Rain Down. I heard that.
I love it.
Oh,
I
that's
love
dope,
it.
though.
I
And
like
then-
it.
and she
I
just
listened
dropped
to
a
it this morning.
single with Sexy Red.
Sexy
Yeah,
Red.
they played the whole album
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah, they
just
pushing the
playing.
Sexy Red
Yeah.
track, but
Yeah.
I'm loving the Kirk Franklin track.
They
You
got
love
Money
Kirk
Long
Franklin
on
too?
there.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You got
Even though you
So you
know-
put a lot of
T-Pain.
vocals on there then.
T-Pain.
It's a lot of vocals on there.
Jazzy Faye.
T-Pain
Jazzy
cut
Faye.
sound good too.
Okay, yeah. Nice.
Big Man D-Lo, Boss
yeah,
Man
yeah,
D-Lo.
Boss Man
Okay.
D-Lo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on there.
She got the industry on there.
It sounds good from beginning to end. Like she
Oh,
has
really?
a really good project.
I just hope she stay out of all the beef.
I
You
do
know,
Yeah.
that's what's scary to me because even the attachment.
I want her to
Yeah.
be safe.
You know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
I do.
Yeah.
Let's protect Glorilla with all we
yeah,
got.
Yeah, we love Glow. We love you, Glow.
We
love
do.
you,
We
Glow.
do.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud she can be herself
Yeah.
in
Come
her
on now.
in her art.
Yeah.
And she doesn't feel like she has to conform to what these other girls are doing. They following her lead now.
You know what's interesting. I met Glow for a brief minute, right?
I saw the picture.
And when I say I'm an empath, so her energy, her energy was incredible. Beautiful. I mean, I'm talking about beautiful, pure love energy.
It was
right.
her.
Yeah. But J. Cole jumped back in,
Oh,
right? Cole J.
God,
What
yes,
J. Cole doing?
J. Cole. Now listen,
J. Cole need to
I've
sit
listened to
down.
this track over. I know you like the track because it's called Port of Antonio.
Yeah.
So I know you
Antonio.
like that.
Port
I know you like
Antonio.
that. It goes right with
Okay.
the show.
Okay. Port Antonio. Proper name. Proper name choice. Right.
But the track, man, is it's an awesome track, man. And I would like to say, I feel like this is the, I guess, closing the casket on all of the beef between, I guess, the Drake and that's how I feel about it. Because his first verse, he pretty much talking about his life I had brought up. The second verse is more like kind of touching on the beef and why he didn't really get into it.
What'd he say though?
And I'm gonna say this here. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well-
Give us a lyric. Give us a lyric.
We go.
Give us a bar.
Let me give you some bars here. Okay, he said,
in the shit. I wish you could have got. I hope you got that in the shit. Yeah.
Give me some
Okay.
bars.
can't knock it. And this is what I'm. First of all, let me set it up.
Okay, set it up. Well, look at
First-
Kojak. Look at
First,
Kojak
I'm
said, "Let me
saying-
set it up."
Let me set it up.
Okay.
First, when he first started talking about it, he was talking about the reason why he didn't jump into the beef
Okay.
because he saw where it was going.
Right. Yeah.
So he said, can't knock it. Can't knock it. If I see
It's about the dough.
it's about
I'm-
about the dough.
I'm your hype man.
There you go. They instigated the fuckery because it's profitable.
Mm.
I pulled a plug because I seen.
Where that was about to go.
Come on now.
Yep.
They wanted blood.
Mm.
They wanted clicks
I wanted blood.
to make the pockets grow.
But
And that's what I'm talking about.
That's deep though.
Yeah, it is. That's why I said it extremely slow, so you can think
Yeah.
about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
You know-
whose side is J. Cole on?
No, this is what I'm saying.
yeah.
This is what I'm saying. He's on the side,
Like.
and I'm gonna say this when it dropped.
Mhm.
If you can go back about 5 shows, we talked about this.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I said that when he pulled out of it,
Mm-hmm.
He
no,
want
I'm
smoke.
hip hop. I'm totally
Right.
hip hop.
He want no
I'm
smoke.
straight from hip hop.
Right.
I don't think it's that he didn't want the smoke. He
Right.
saw where it's going.
Right.
Now I'm hip hop, old school hip hop,
Right.
battle hip hop.
Right.
But it's not the same arena.
Right. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
not when you got all these
Yeah.
people, like he said,
Yeah.
thirsty. they want you to go so they can blow up their shows. They post all this stuff, lies, and you got to distinguish what's real and what's not.
Not just that.
Now, back in the day,
you can die.
you can die.
You can get killed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we battling each other right in our face.
Right.
You
It's
know what
the
I'm saying?
fans pushing the violence.
That's what I'm saying.
And media, though.
But
Media, too.
because it's so big.
Right.
It's like it's too many people.
Well,
You can't fight that.
but Coach, Jack, think about this, and I know we're going a little bit over in the shell, but think about this, Jack. You know, a lot of people made millions of dollars off of this Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef,
Fish
right?
bait.
A lot of people made millions of dollars
Millions.
off of Tupac and Biggie beef.
Millions.
Right? And both of them died because of it, right?
Right.
And I was watching this video. Dang, I wish I'd have pulled that clip of Leor Cohen, right?
on. Yeah.
Record exec
On the Breakfast Club.
on the Breakfast Club.
I saw that.
And we're gonna drop that clip in post. But they asked him if you have an artist that has real issues, like let's say he's a junkie, he had drug problems, or he's in the streets real bad. I'm paraphrasing. Would you still sign him? He said, I absolutely would.
Yep.
And they asked, why would you sign him? You know what his response was? Because I got people to feed. And so that tells you
At the end of the day, it's about that bottom
they
line.
don't give two shits about your life.
No, we know
Right?
that. We know that.
And you know, it's sad and unfortunate. And then you think about the network, right? So the labels push it, and I said this before too. This is important to note in this segment. I remember when Kyrie Irving was going through the stuff he was going through with the basketball team, right? And you know, and I said that they will fund, you know, rap artists and these folks to the tunes of millions of dollars in their budget to talk about killing another black person or call the black females bitches and hoes and this, that, and other, right? And you think about what Nas X is doing. They're funded to the hilt, right? Now, but if you say something about someone that is Jewish,
Yeah,
or if you
your
say something,
stance in
if
politics,
you kick a
baby.
dog,
You
right?
kick a dog,
Or,
yeah,
or,
kick a dog.
or you know, or if you say something about somebody that is homosexual or LGBTQ,
Oh, it's over.
they will snatch your entire budget.
Yeah.
And they'll dry you up.
But
And-
look at all of the leadership in the music business are a lot of Jewish people that own this whole model that you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
So
and we're not being anti-Semitic or anything, so I want to make sure we're clear on that.
Definitely not.
But what we are saying is there's a standard that if you are destructive to your own people, we will fund you to the tune of millions and millions of dollars. If you're talking about shooting and killing folks in your community.
But let's talk about the J. Cole,
it's been like
the
that.
Kendrick beef and the Drake beef. To me, it was more lyrical. Like this was a lyrical
Battle.
game of chess.
Right.
Like
It was until they started, like he said, like and
Because
until other people came into the situation.
You would go on an investigation to dig up all kinds of dirt on someone, like you just
Or
said.
someone simply emailed him.
Yeah, or you know, oh, he got it that way, you know, and that's what he said. That's how he said he got it. But you know,
K
once
got
you-
obliterated Drake. I'm
gonna say this, even with the Jay-Z and Nas beef, you know, at one point, even one point, Jay-Z said after he dropped the Super Ugly, he said, my mom called me up and was like, hey, you know, you're going
cut
too
it
far.
out.
But he told and even Jay-Z said the same thing. He was like, man, come on now, we lyrical.
Right.
What dick sucking lips got to do with
Right. It's the money. It's the money factor.
That's something else. You know what I'm saying? Let's
But you
let's
know,
rap.
word on the street is they're squashing that beef at
yeah.
this year's Super Bowl. Y'all know that, right?
Who?
So K Dot is the headliner. They're saying Drake and K Dot are squashing the beef at halftime.
Okay.
Have y'all not heard
who
that?
said that?
I heard this in the media.
Okay. Because
I heard it from an iHeart personality.
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
But
there you go.
just as long as you clear up where the source is,
I-
so it
let
ain't.
me
So it really
testify.
makes sense too. I mean,
Don't it make sense?
it makes sense. It makes
So
a
what
lot
if that
of
was the
sense.
plan all along? Everybody in on it.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't know if that was planned all along because Drake's shit was on life support. But look, we're gonna
Yeah.
come right
Hey,
back.
they got obliterated Drake.
I'm sorry,
listen.
but he did.
Hey, don't
Bye,
go
Drake.
anywhere. Hey, don't go anywhere because we got
Drake
Jesse who said
who is
coming, right? And he's running for state representative right here in
Come
the
on,
state
man.
of Tennessee. So you want to hear what he got to say? Hit that subscribe button. We'll be right back. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project. Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. You're watching the fastest growing visual podcast in the Memphis market. Let's give it up for it one more again. Yeah. And we got our wonderful co-host
Yeah.
who is standing in for the consummating Angelica Jelly Woods.
Yeah.
Right? Give it up for Double E in
Double
the
E's
Esco
in the
Verbally
building.
Effective Podcast. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, and that is my DJ.
Yeah.
That's DJ Kojak in the building. DJ Kojak,
Yeah.
scratch it up 4 times,
Four times.
for Jesse, who is going to win this state representative seat.
Better believe that. Bam, for the you. Hey, you said it? You. So you got
Yeah, step up to that mic. Step up to that mic.
You gotta say that name right, man. Don't mess it up.
So give it up for Jesse Husett.
Husett.
Let me tell you how to
Husett.
pronounce it. Husett, who is in the building
Husett.
running for state representative Tennessee District 97. Let's give it up for him. Yeah. Man, look. Jesse was smart enough, right, to sit in on the previous segment,
Yes, he
so he
did.
can understand how the craziness goes down
Uh-oh.
right here at the Antonio Parkinson Project. Man, thank you for being here. We truly appreciate it. Hey, before we jump into what your race is about, we do want to talk about and send our prayers
Come on,
right up
let's
for
do it.
those that have gone through in Florida and up and down the the eastern seaboard and Tennessee and Georgia, with these hurricanes, right? Back to back. Of course, first there was Helene, now Milton, and a lot of damage that is taking place. And then there's another hurricane that's brewing again, right?
Back to
And
back.
so we the Florida residents they were told to evacuate, right? And that you have to think about that when you really put it in context, right? Those who can evacuate may try to evacuate, but everybody cannot
Everybody
evacuate,
cannot.
right? They said 1 in 5 gas stations in Florida were closed because they were just simply out of gas.
Right.
Think about what I'm saying. 1 in 5 in the state of Florida
That's a lot.
were out of gas or closed when people were trying to evacuate. So how do you evacuate if you don't have gas, right? How do you evacuate if you don't have money? Right.
We have a mutual friend that was stuck down there. He said he tried to do 3 flights, even tried to do an international flight to fly to Canada. Couldn't get a flight up out of there. So he tried and couldn't drive out of there. So
But
he just pretty much, he was at a resort. He just stayed there.
Yeah, Marlo.
Yeah,
that's my barber.
But
That's
you
my
know
barber.
Mine too.
I can't even get my hair cut because Marlo's stuck in Florida.
But did you guys see the people even evacuating stuck in the
In the
water
tr-
as
Oh,
they
yeah.
evacuated?
Yeah, I saw that.
in the
I saw
traffic.
that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
ridiculous.
man. And then when you also factor in, all of the rhetoric that is coming from these folks on the right, these Republican Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and these other folks, to the point that President Biden had to address it. And I think we got video. Run that video, Nichelle.
Former President Trump has led the onslaught of lies assertions have been made that property is being confiscated. That's simply not true. They're saying the money is needed for this crisis is being diverted to migrants. What a ridiculous thing to say. It's not true. Now the claims are getting even more bizarre. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, a congresswoman from Georgia, is now saying the federal government is literally controlling the weather. We're controlling the weather. It's beyond ridiculous. It's got to stop.
You know what's sad about this, Jesse,
Controlling the weather
is that people are buying into this this stuff. They're saying that they were giving all of the money that was set for FEMA to migrants, which is a lie, right? And people are buying into it. They were saying that the government basically created these hurricanes. Right.
FEMA had to launch a website to fight these lies specifically. Like the government infrastructure made a website that said, these are lies, this is what's happening, this is where the money's going.
Right.
And every governor has come out and said, no, they're doing a great job, everything we need, and we're controlling it, we're good to go. But you've all these folks who want to drive like news stories, get those clicks, or just, create like uprest before an election saying, no, the government's failing, get us out of here. Yeah,
you know what's crazy too is that and I got to give it up to him, honestly, I like to give, props where props are due. Governor Lee actually pushed back on his own folks, that were putting all these lies out there. And he came out, and I wish I had that video. We'll probably put it in post, but he came out and said, nah, these folks lying. His own folks, right? Telling his lie. Because you think about it, Tennesseans are suffering, right? I mean, the damage in East Tennessee is crazy. I mean, crazy, right? And you think about, you had 6 people that lost lives at Impact Plastics, and all of this damage, and then, but here's the worst of the worst is that you got people and that are suffering, but that are buying into this bullshit that folks like Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene and all these other folks are putting out. And it's causing them more harm. I think we got some video of a guy, his father-in-law bought into the Trump stuff and refused the FEMA money because he believed what Trump said, that they are going to take your house if you take the money. Run that video, Nichelle.
Lives just outside of Asheville, North Carolina, and he was badly damaged by Hurricane Helene. And he has refused all FEMA help because he's a hardcore Trumper. And he literally believes that if he accepts anything from FEMA, they're going to take his house. I don't understand how so many people are under the spell of this freaking con man. I don't understand it.
Well, it's absolutely heartbreaking about your father-in-law. I'm so sorry.
It's like people believe anything on the internet.
But it was the worst about that is he's suffering, and then by the time he realizes that it was a lie, it's too late. Yeah. Right. And and he may never recover, possibly, because he's buying into this bullshit.
It's an age of misinformation across the board.
Yeah. There was an interview with Vice President Kamala Harris, who hopefully prayerfully would be our next president of the United States, that asked her, about the misinformation actually coming from out of the country also. So we're in this information age, and a lot of this misinformation is coming from a lot of different sources that are
it's like those I can't remember the company's name, based in Nashville, like conservative media. They have some relationship with the Daily Wire,
right?
And turns out Russia's cashing these checks. Like, oh, we didn't know. I'm like, well, guys, you're repeating verbatim,
and they made a lot of money.
What RT is doing, tell me how you believe your podcast, which gets 100,000 impressions every time you do it, is worth $400,000 a month. A month. Explain that to me. Like,
wow.
Like how some guy in a beanie thinks he's worth that much.
From Russia, $500,000 per month from Russia with love to these this conservative podcast, and they were just feeding the information, and a lot of our colleagues and others.
Didn't they get an award last year? Like, didn't they get they got recognized by the House floor because it's Benny Johnson, who used to work for CNN and got fired for plagiarism. And he went on with Daily Wire with Ben Shapiro, and then he moved on to his own thing. Like these guys are getting high fives all around.
Hey, and real talk, you think about it too. All of them folks that are in that not all of them, but a lot of them that are in that conservative space of, putting information out, Candace Owens. A lot of them folks have relocated to Tennessee. Tennessee is a hub for this. Tennessee is also the state with the most hate groups in the union.
Yes.
So Tennessee, it has more hate groups than any other state in the union.
Let me tell you something. When Amanda Seals came to the podcast festival, she spoke about that. Tennessee, you guys need to pay attention because I specifically came to this state to talk to you all. Your state has a lot of fucked up laws and a lot of fucked up organizations in here, and you need to pay attention.
Right. Speaking of fucked up laws, that's why we got Jesse Huseth in here.
Yeah.
He's gonna straighten this shit out, right?
Come on.
Right.
First domino.
First domino, right. So Jesse, your race is probably one of the most high profile races in state elections this election cycle. Why is that?
It's so competitive. So I'm a numbers guy, so I could talk all day about this, but I'll make it real quick.
No, take your time.
So 2 years ago, we had our governor's race. Jason Martin, respect him, great guy. We've talked. He did not do great statewide. I think he lost by 36 points. It wasn't close.
Yeah.
He won 97
He
by
won
2
wow.
points.
Wow.
So we know the votes are there.
Yeah.
It is rated a Biden +3, so I don't have the Harris numbers, and it is
Wait a minute. When I want you to break this down so a fifth grader can understand.
Okay.
It's rated Biden +3.
Yeah.
That went over a lot of people's heads.
You're right. I apologize. So when I say things like +3, it means greater than vote share.
Right.
So Biden would have won this district by 3 points larger than Donald Trump when he ran in
Right. So
2020.
3%.
3%. Yes. It is so hot that DLCC, which is a Democrat legislative organization that looks at state house races nationwide, recognize our race.
Awesome.
That they came in and said, hey, if you're going to get involved, this is one to get involved with.
Well, did they put some money in it?
Well, ask John Ray.
Okay. Because don't talk about it, be about it. Right?
Well, it doesn't come through.
Right.
Like,
Okay,
so if they give money,
Right.
they
I
give
got
money
you.
to House caucus funds.
Got you. Okay.
So it has already gotten hot. We have been running this race since February. We actually announced last November. We've hit, like, my campaign's already hit 15,000 doors. I have hit 6,000 because I'm about that. I've lost 25 pounds.
You about that life, ain't you? Knocking on the doors, huh? Yeah.
Pounding pavement.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And we're seeing aggressive internet, aggressive mail. We're seeing a lot of interest. I have lived in this district for 30 years. I have never seen this many signs in House 97 ever, which, I'll brag about it, but I was doing it too.
Whose signs, though?
So it is my signs, Justin Huseth
Okay.
and John Gillespie.
Okay.
Okay. Soon to be former Representative John Gillespie.
All right, then. All right.
go.
Just back it up for that, Coach. Hit the horn on it. Hit the horn on it.
And in that vein, I want to say two things. I want to tell folks why I was called to service. I want to tell folks why I'm fighting.
Okay.
Those are two different answers.
Okay.
So I'm a dad. I got two little girls. Abby's 9. Ava's turning 3 in like 3 days.
Right. Got you. And she got a big sister.
You got a big sister.
Right.
My girls will have fewer rights than their mother growing up because this state is going backwards. They are more in danger since the GOP got the supermajority, passing all these crazy gun laws for the last 13 years. They are more at risk health-wise due to backwards medical policies that this same supermajority has done. If you want to change policy, you change leadership. That's what I'm trying to do here for Tennessee. I have been called to serve, and I'm fighting like hell to serve. But
That's what I'm talking about.
but why am I fighting? I am a huge Memphis fan, and I mean that the city and the sports, but mainly the city. I'm Memphis born. I have worked all over this city. I've worked by the airport. I've worked in cotton. I've worked in restaurants and retail. And I own my own business now. I've been everywhere. It drives me up the wall when I see guys who say they represent Memphis literally go to Nashville and then trash our city.
Man, bro.
You want to know why we lost two judgeships? You want to know why we lost the crime lab? We lost our FBI lab just now? Why this city and this county produces 30% of all tax revenue in the state and we can't get a lick of investment? Because people who say they got our backs, when they leave Memphis, Memphis is in the rearview mirror.
Right.
And that's got to stop.
They align with the rural Republicans that are across East Tennessee. And the rural Republicans bash and create legislation that is harmful to the city of Memphis. And you got Memphis and Shelby County Republicans that align with them in the harm to the city of Memphis and
That's
Shelby
sad.
County.
That is horrible.
Unbelievable.
It's
right?
insane. It's just this recent gun referendum we're going to have here on this ballot. because we are having the conversation of the impact firearms has in our community, you know, Cameron Sexton came down and said, if you do this, I'm taking $70 million out of your pocket.
Right.
You know, we're going to defund the police. We're going to defund education, and we're make you less safe if you have the discussion about firearms.
Right.
And, you know, props, you know, J.B. Smiley and Jerry Green for standing their ground, because bullies get bullied, and we don't do that here in Memphis.
Right. And you know what's interesting about that is this, and I've been saying it from day one.
Yeah, you
right?
spoke about that.
I've been saying it from day one. You know, number one, it is not against the law for the city of Memphis to hold a referendum. And at first, that was the rhetoric that was coming out of there, right? And that's absolutely untrue. It's not against the law. The city of Memphis can hold a referendum, and they are holding their referendum, which give shout out to Memphis City Council, you know, for keeping it on the ballot and fighting the fight, you know, and we should get out there and make sure we vote in that referendum and the election, but so that your voice can be heard. And so I applaud the Memphis City Council for their strength and not backing down.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's important because you know, you think about it, it's gotten to the point to where the policies that are coming down from the state of Tennessee, right? You know, permitless carry, you know, the proliferation of assault weapons. You know, did you know that they were trying to pass a law that would allow 18-year-olds to walk around here legally with assault rifles on their shoulders, visibly?
What
And
sense does that make?
it makes absolutely zero
So why
sense.
would they even
It is-
attempt to
it is
do
guys
that?
who, when they run their primary, there's 1,800 votes, and they are the most right-leaning voters in that district. When you have lines in Tennessee drawn the way they are, we're talking about gerrymandering, you get very, very conservative districts or very, very liberal districts, and there are a few like mine, which are really competitive. There's only like 4. And so what you see is these folks who come into power, who have no idea how they got power in the first place, just lean into it, because as long as they are the most conservative person in their district, they'll never face primary. They have a job forever. And so they'll go insane and hurt metro areas like Memphis and Davidson County and Nashville.
Yeah, and what we're saying to them when we're fighting up there, we're saying, listen, I understand that you want to do permitless carry. I understand that y'all are okay with having assault rifles, right? And one of the things that my other colleague, the other Jesse, said, and I thought it was spot on, Jesse Chisholm, state representative. Shout out to State Rep Jesse Chisholm.
Jesse.
Right.
Rep
He
Chisholm.
said, you know, because Jesse is, believe it or not, is a rural guy in the city, right? He's a hunter, right? He says when you're in the country, in the rural areas, and you hear a gunshot, you know somebody's probably bringing food home, right? But when you're in the city and you hear a gunshot, there's possibly a crime being committed, and that's the truth, because you ain't hunting in the city, right? And so what we're trying to explain to them at the Capitol is this: look, give us the autonomy to be able to make the rules that will be beneficial to our city and county. Your shit does not work for us in Shelby County, Memphis and Shelby County. Yeah. Right. And so, but they want to stick to this cookie cutter approach as if it works, and it does not work. It's not just harming people and people are dying, but we're losing businesses. It's messing with our economic development.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How many businesses have said in the last 3 months we're closing because of crime?
So many. Some of your favorite restaurants.
Yeah.
There's a steakhouse in Memphis in my district called Buckley. It's been there forever. It's part of the furniture, and they're closing because they had too many cars getting busted into in their parking lot. Well, guess why? If you're going into a car, what are you looking for?
Looking for a gun.
You're looking for a gun every single time. You get a good window, you get a cell phone and a gun. That's $2,000 of goods you just got in 15 seconds.
Jesse, man, let me say this publicly. Jesse Huseth has my full endorsement. I approve that message, right? And Jesse, look, tell everybody before you go. Tell everybody how can they support you. You know, how can they find you, and what do you need? What do you need people to do for you right now for this election?
So at this breath, I need bodies.
Okay.
I need bodies, and a good segue. Tomorrow we're having a day of action.
Okay.
So at 10 a.m., we're meeting folks at Seattle Elementary in the parking lot, do some canvassing.
Okay.
At 12:30, we're going to do some phone banking and some stamp sticking for some postcards over the liquor store on Mendenhall. And at 1:30,
At the liquor store.
the restaurant liquor store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're cool with that. Look,
Yeah.
look.
Actually, restaurant. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're doing sign waving. And then after that, I'm going back out.
Right.
So
Okay.
the best way to get folks to vote is to talk them at the doors. That is the best way to do it. If you talk to a voter at the door, they are 14 times as likely to actually go vote if they were undecided.
Okay.
If you can't, if you want, move your feet, of course, donations. We have an Act Blue. You can go to my website, jesse997.com, and find it there. If you
send us the Act Blue, we'll post it too.
Sure, I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll do
send
it.
it to us.
The real thing we need here in Memphis, and you said it earlier, bring a friend. Like, if your friend doesn't have a voting plan or isn't sure they're going to vote, or is like, well, I'm going to vote for president and senate, explain to them why it's so important to vote and why it's so important to vote the whole ballot.
Okay.
I'm going to share y'all a stat. The reason why John Gillespie's still in his seat. So 2 years ago, when we had that race we talked about, there's a thing called ballot attrition.
Okay.
And it is basically the difference in votes from the top of the ballot to the bottom of the ballot. How many folks quit voting? On the Republican side, it was a big ballot. From the governorship to the House representative on the Republican side, they lost 22% of the votes. On the Democratic side, 45%, almost half. And he won by 13 points. So if you just hold it even, he loses his job.
Right. Yeah.
We have got to get our voters to stay sticky on the ballot. We've
Right.
got, every election matters.
Right.
Talk to anybody at the state house. You know what? If I walk up to you and say, Rep, what is the thing you most need at the state house? You're probably going to say, I need more Democrats.
Right. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. We have a chance to send a few more this cycle.
Yeah, we really have a shot at flipping this seat. But Jesse, before you leave, I know this is a Ina question, but she's videoed. Yeah. So 5 reasons that they should vote for Jesse Huseth in this election.
I will go to the mat for Memphis every single time. I'm not going to put up with this garbage, how they're going to crap on our city.
Right. Reason number 2.
Reason number 2, I'm going to fight for reproductive rights.
Okay.
I am pro-choice.
Amen.
I'm fighting for that hard.
All right. Reason number 3.
I am pro-public education.
All right.
We are not doing vouchers.
Amen.
I am not having Memphis City schools lose more resources with 44 kids in a classroom. Are you insane?
Reason number 4.
While I support gun ownership, I support safe storage. We talked about cars a second ago. If we can get safes in cars, we will decrease violent crime with guns by 40% in Memphis.
Come
Can
on.
you imagine that drop?
Reason number 5.
I want to get trade schools back in Memphis.
All right.
We need multiple avenues way kids to make some money. And man, there is no better way to make money almost fresh out than going and being a plumber. I am not joking. Use an HVAC if you're a plumber, or you can lay cable. You're making at least $70K straight out of high school.
Man, come on, give it up for Jesse Huseth. Yeah, man. Look,
hit him with it.
Man, listen. Make sure, look, you go out and vote for Jesse Huseth. Keep that camera on, Jesse, while I say this. Make sure you go out and vote for Jesse Huseth for state representative, District 97. And listen, if you're going out there, you're going to vote for Kamala Harris, but vote all the way down the ballot, right?
The whole ballot.
Vote the whole ballot, y'all. I promise you we can
blue.
do this. We are this close, man. We're this close.
It'll be hundreds of votes.
Jesse, man, we appreciate you. We love you. We're proud of you, man. Make this shit happen.
Here we go.
Make it happen.
All right.
Let's go,
All right, man.
Jesse.
All right, y'all. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're going to talk about, look, y'all don't disappear for this because this is important. We're going, well, it's not really important, but it's funny. We're going to talk about whether or not there is a supply and demand issue in the dating pool. So hit that subscribe button. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Antonio Pakinson Project.
The DNC.
Oh, yeah.
Then
Okay. Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. You're watching the fastest growing visual podcast in the Memphis market. Let's give it up for that. Yep.
Yeah.
Woo, woo,
Man, look, hey, this been a
Yeah.
great show. So,
Oh,
yeah, man, look, hey, give it up for our stand-in co-host,
Hanging in there.
Ina
Hanging in
Eskel.
there. Double E.
Yep, she is in the building. She's just
Yes.
as pretty as she can be, too, man.
Thank you.
We
It's good to
appreciate
hang
you
out
being
with
here.
you guys. Chit
Yeah,
chatting.
yeah.
Chit chatting.
She's at chit-chatting.
Yes.
We're chit-chatting. Right,
Yes.
right. That is too
Talking
fun.
about some real stuff.
Talking about some real stuff. That's my DJ Kojak in the building.
We up
Scratch
in
it up
here.
for him 4 times. DJ Kojak.
Bam, 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 bam. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, not the pullback.
I
Not the
thought you pulled it
pullback. Oh, man, he must be feeling this. He feeling good today.
Yeah, I'm feeling good
You know, because he
today,
ain't
man.
pulled back in about 3 or 4
Oh,
episodes,
yeah?
man.
I pulled back.
Yeah, he pulled the pullback, man. Man, look,
must
man.
be a retrograde around
Trying to
here.
tell you, man, everything's aligning, ain't it? What's going on up here, man? So look, y'all. Look, now,
Come on now.
boy, this is.
Come on
I
now.
was so excited to talk about this in pre-meeting,
He
right?
was. He
Man,
was
because
real excited about this one.
I saw this video, and this dude, he was drawing this correlation, and they call it hoe math.
Oh, man.
Hoe math.
Math.
HOEMATH. And and look, but it sounds crazy, I know, but the dude makes absolute sense, and he did a chart
Come on.
showing you, especially for the visual learners, showing you why there may be a supply and demand issue in the dating pool with men and women, right?
I wish we had that. I
and
wish
what
we
he
had
says is this: that 80% of women
Come on.
are seeking an above average man, right, Kojak?
Okay. Yeah.
Ina?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what he's saying. Don't
Following,
kill the
I'm
messenger.
following.
All right.
However, only 20% of men are above average. Let's watch this video. This is
Oh, we got a video?
We got a video.
I know why all the good-looking guys treat girls like shit. Supply and demand.
They're figuring it out. The TikTok girlies are starting to figure this out. They've been saying the same three things for a while. They've been saying there's so many pretty women and not very many attractive men. They say that one a lot. And then they also say, I don't want to settle. I don't want to be with anyone unless I feel like he has everything. That's number 2. And then number 3, they say, why do men, not men, why do they not want to settle down and put me in here? Why do I keep ending up in situationships? Why won't they pick me? And this girl figured it out. It's supply and demand. If all of you want perfect Disneyland love, then these guys don't have to pick one of you. They can have 5 each. This is like one of those engineering triangles, but there's only 2 things and you can only pick one. It's like don't settle and don't share. Don't yell at me. I don't make the rules. I'm not the one who decided this. That was God. Yell at God. I do that all the time. It doesn't work.
All
Yell at
right.
Very
He say,
interesting.
yell at God.
Yeah. And so, and you know, and look, to take it a step further, right, you think about, okay, let's say, for instance, right, you got this guy, he wants to marry this woman.
Yeah.
I'm just using this scenario. It's one in one of the Hoe Math videos, right?
Right.
And he asked this woman to marry him twice, right? And she said no 2 times, right? But he wanted to stay with her because he loved her, right? Average guy. She didn't. She was using him as a placeholder for the guy that she really wanted, who was the above average guy that
would never ask her.
would never ask her. Boy, that's some cold math right there, right?
Math.
The math is mathing, though.
It's mathing.
But does that make sense though? Does it make sense to y'all that you know you got you and then there's this factor. You have women who want the above average guy. Now listen, let me quote the source so people don't think I'm saying this. This is not Antonio Parkinson saying this. This comes from the Whole Math video. So there are women that are, you know, they're considered average. This is not Antonio Parkinson saying this. This is what the video said. There are women that are considered average, but who feel like they are above average, and they are going after the above average man, according to the math, right? But they're saying that these women, instead of trying to date up, they should be trying to date down.
Brother
And-
Kevin Samuels
High
died.
value man. I remember he was a high
died
value
trying
man.
to prove that point, which you talking
He
about right
died.
now.
Yes,
Okay.
he did.
now. You know, he
Okay.
passed away, but
Right.
I
man.
remember Mr.
So his
Samuels.
death, he was
His
preaching
podcast,
that.
yes. Well, I mean, there's something to be said about all of this. But in my opinion, like, how are we categorizing? I know you said this the whole math, but how are we categorizing average, even with the man versus the woman? What makes them that? Is
Okay.
it? Are we looking at financial status? Are we looking at looks? Like, what are we?
Yeah. So a lot of women were saying that. Well, one woman in one of the whole math videos, she was saying, "I want to marry a man that is 6'5", makes six figures, loves his family, is a protector, and is faithful."
So she wants it all.
Right.
Like, and you may never find that.
And there's nothing wrong with that. The problem, the challenge is that man, according to the whole math, that man has
All the women.
everybody wants him.
Yeah.
He exists possibly, right? But every woman from the top tier woman all the way down to the below average woman wants that man,
And he knows it.
and he knows it.
So it is a supply and demand issue because people like what they like. At the end of the day, people want what they want. They like what they like.
Right.
Because if she get the average man, according to whole math, or someone below average, she not gonna be happy.
Right. Yeah. Right. Well, but she's also not going to be happy with the top tier man
When she find out he
who
ain't
is-
all that,
Well,
with all the women.
Who ain't got time
well,
for it.
well, he still may be all that. He just got a lot of women.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, who
everything that
wants
she
to be
said. He
with
just
that?
got
He got a lot of women.
There you go.
But he's not going. She's not going to be a priority for him because she's
Definitely.
not even the top tier
So
woman.
she'll
you
never
go.
be happy.
She has to date down, according to the whole man. She should
Unhappily
consider-
date down.
She should consider dating down. It's so interesting because I was having a conversation with a woman here in Memphis day before yesterday. It's so funny we've been having this conversation. And I always say the algorithm is listening, right? And then this
it
comes up,
is,
right?
always.
And because that woman was saying she likes a person with athletic build, maybe basketball player, this, that, and other, and she was dating one, and it didn't. And I asked, so how'd that work out? It
What did
didn't.
she say?
It didn't.
What was the problem? Because he had all the women.
Man, I hope they're gonna watch the show. 2 years in, and he couldn't even say, one of her close family members' name. Right. And so that which says that he is that top tier one, but he got all of these, access and opportunities, right? Why is he going to make you the priority? When and I'll give you this, like if you're a woman, and no knock against women with kids, this is whole math, not Antonio Parkinson. So I'm keep on saying that
This
before
whole
I say
math.
this stuff because I don't want
This
them
whole
to
math.
I don't
God.
want them to JD Vance me saying I'm talking about women catless. I mean,
Whole math.
childless cat women, right? But
Math of the whole.
right, whole math, right? So let's say you are incredibly gorgeous, right, woman, right, and you got 3 kids, right? Well, and let's say everybody thinks, like, man, men would love to be with you, right? But there is also the incredibly gorgeous woman who's making 6 figures with no kids.
No kids.
Right. And so now, and of course, all of this is subjective, right? Some people,
It is.
Some people, I'd say there's a market for everything and everybody. Now,
Everybody.
whether you choose to accept what your market is a different issue.
Yeah.
Right. Now, your market may not be Mr. Buff Bob. Right, and who is 6'5" and and making 6 figures, right, and but this fantasy. So they're saying that a lot of people, live in this fantasy space. But let's talk about the reverse of it, right?
Yeah.
Because the whole math says there's not that many men, but there's a ton of women.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the reverse of it.
Okay.
So let's talk about the average dude? Does the average guy get the shot at the top tier woman? And possibly because of the supply and demand. Low supply mean there's high demand for that average man.
Yeah.
Right.
I think at a point, if we're going by the whole math, a woman that has it going on, she gonna like if she's reaching for that higher tier, whatever whole math man, right? And she's running into all these bumps and just this isn't working out. I think she will eventually go to a lower tier.
But
You know.
will it be really what she wants though, right?
It may or
And
might not be, but if you bump your head about 10 times, let's try something different.
that shit gonna look attractive to you
Hello,
at the end.
and a lot.
As you get through
Especially
getting
if he's
diddied by these
treating you
folks.
right. Especially
He said
if
did
that
it.
so-called whole math average guy is treating this woman way better than the whole math high tier dude.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, because the whole math high tier guy here, Nichelle over there co-signing, the whole math high tier dude
Yeah.
don't have to settle. He just absolutely
He can
does
do
not
whatever
have to
he
settle
want.
because he's getting a pick of whatever he wants.
Right.
Right?
And is he really happy?
He might be. Probably. You know,
pretty sure
he
he
getting the baddest
Yeah.
of the
How
best,
can
the
you
best
do
of the
that?
best until he gets tired.
Yeah.
And then he can marry one of them. Yeah. So
You know somebody like that personally?
I mean, I think all dudes are ugly. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
A high tier
I'm just
dude,
kidding.
according to
I'm,
whole
I'm,
math.
I'm high tier, right? I'm you know, I know my value.
You whole math high tier.
I'm whole math high tier.
Okay.
You know, but maybe not in the 10, but I got to be in that 7, 8 space
So
somewhere.
you're saying you have your pick of the litter.
I'm saying I could. I'm saying,
Oh.
but I'm incredibly, picky because of the position I'm in. I have to be careful with, people. I'm just not out there like that. I promise I'm not. Yeah. And but here's the thing about me. Here's the difference with me, and I'm not physical attraction to me is not the priority for me. But if you are an intelligent woman, ooh, baby, that makes you attractive as hell to me. Yeah, man, challenge, make me think, right? That and you done became, if you were average, you done went to at least an 8 with me if you're intelligent. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Do you know some women that are top 10?
I do.
Yeah, are you?
I do. Well, I'm married. Like,
Well,
I'm married. My
well,
I ain't in the whole math
tier?
supply demand.
Did you get the top tier?
That's what I'm saying. What is the top tier?
Oh, look at this. That's a political answer. You hear this, right? She hojacking us on the show.
I will say that my husband, I think my husband is very attractive. He's been a wonderful, amazing father, giver. So maybe I am in the high tier.
So, but what,
Check
is
all-
your husband in the top 10? Is he a top tier?
I think so. Like the women be like, "Oh, your husband cute." I'm like, I know.
Right. So, dang, look at that look. I hope you got that, Michelle.
I'm the jealous
Man,
wife,
look,
baby.
man.
I'm
Look,
gonna beat you
man,
down. Don't
her
play with
whole
me.
expression changed, right? And she looked at me
And
like
I'm
I'm looking
from
at her
Beaumont.
husband. I ain't looking
I'm
at
from
that.
Beaumont, Texas. Y'all think I'm from
man.
Memphis,
Hey,
and I would beat
hey.
you down.
Hey,
She stepped
Westbrook.
right out. She stepped right out of that professionalism.
Right, man, right. I know, ho. Look.
Since we talking about whole man,
Look, you better
Turns
do
a
your
little
whole
check.
man.
don't
Look,
play. What about you, DJ Kojak?
Hey.
Are you whole
Yeah.
man top tier? What's the situation?
I'm top tier. You know what I'm saying? But kind of like Touche said, it's certain. It's in the eye of the beholder. Certain things that you go for.
Yeah.
It don't have to. For every man, it's not just the looks. It's not just this and that. Of course, you want someone attractive because you got to look at them. You got to look at them all the
Man, you
time.
gotta. My daddy
But
always told me that.
it's something
gotta
else
be
that's
attracted
in
to
a
them.
woman that turns you on. So
Yeah.
lean towards that.
and all of this is completely subjective, right?
Yeah, it is.
It speaks as if there's a cookie cutter version of that top tier man,
Right.
And so somebody can be, you can have a 400-pound man and a woman feels that he is top tier only if he's sweaty. Right. And so, if he ain't sweaty, he done came down a notch. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you think about it, what's Nichelle, you was telling us about what's the reality show
Love is
Love is
Blind.
Blind, right?
Baby.
Right?
Oh my God.
Man, look. And
That's the show,
look, on one of them shows, I don't know if it's that one, the lady, she has a lot of weight, right? But she married. And you got some of these top tier according to society that are
Out here in these streets.
Single as hell.
Sad as hell.
Sad as hell, right? So I do have to ask you this though, Ina. So if your husband was obviously top tier, shout out to all the Baptists in Port Arthur and Beaumont. I know some too, right? Right. You know, and you know, anyway, yeah, I was finna go there, right? But he was top tier, and did you consider yourself top tier to get him? Oh, so you got top tier and top tier.
I think we're
so y'all were in the space then. So
like
they were in the same space together, right?
So how does that fall into the whole match?
Well, it just eliminates all of the down ballot, women that might not have been top tier that was trying to get him. I wish we had him on the show so we could ask him, right? That would have been fun.
Yeah, he would love to tell you how we met.
Right. Well, how did y'all meet?
Oh,
we didn't get into that. We didn't get into that.
Y'all want to hear the story?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, me and my line sister, we were on Beale Street. This is during Memphis and May back in early 2000s. Okay. And so, we ventured a couple of little spots on Beale, had a few drinks, and I saw him. And I am envisioning this right now.
And glowing.
He was so fine. I saw him across Beale Street, right there in front of, what is the name of that place?
Wet Willie's.
It used to be, not Wet Willie's. What used to be with the green clover? It used to be.
Silky Sullivan.
That's not there anymore, is it?
Is this?
I don't think it's there anymore.
I don't think so.
But I remember him over there, and he was with a bunch of guys, and I was just staring at him, and my line sister was like, "What are you looking at?" I was like, "Him," and so he finally looked in my direction, and so he was looking at me, and so we were just staring at each other, and I was like, "Come here."
Did you say that for real? Did you say
that? I did. I made the first move. I did. Women, I really think if you see something you like, go and get it. I mean. A lot of women won't do that. Yeah. Number one.
In the South, they talk differently. But go ahead, though.
He came over and we were talking, and I think we're the same age, right? He's probably 3 months older than me, if you go by months. And I remember saying, "Oh, you're just a baby," and he was like, "Girl, that's my little flirt move I used to do. That's my little flirt move I used to do." Anyway. We've been together ever since, but he loved to tell my sons about how we met. Y'all know y'all mama found me on Beale Street. She told me to come here.
That is hilarious.
And I married her. I own her now. So, it's like a little jokey joke.
But that's good, though. That made me warm inside, man, hearing your story. Because you passionate about your husband. Yeah. I love that. I love that.
You don't hear that often.
You don't hear it that often, man.
I
love that. But
we live in a different time, though.
That is great. That is great. So the whole mathed it on that one. So
mathed it on that one.
Yeah, the math was mathing. Yeah.
Okay, the math was mathing.
Yeah, but look, okay, let's ask this before we get out of this segment. How much time we got in the show? Oh, we out of time. Okay, we got to ask this. Okay, and don't use the cheat sheet. Name 5 reasons either men or women think that they are above average.
Let's start with DJ Kojak.
Oh, I like that. Go ahead. Okay. Get out the cheat sheet, Coach.
Well, okay, because a lot of the women, I'm gonna say women, feel like the perception of what they think a man wants. They done did everything to their body to get it right and put it right. They done put this here, they done put this there. I don't know what magazine they've been watching or what they've been looking at.
That is.
But they got everything set straight, and they're like, okay, now I'm perfect.
So like BBL,
yeah, I got everything. I got everything. So now they feel like
that's reason number one.
They might have started at a, low, but they all the way up now.
Oh, they went from below average to top tier.
I've seen some of them that went to school with me and be like, damn.
She look different. Something different about you.
That you, Wanda? Right. All right, Ina Esco. Reason number 2 why people think they are above average.
Let me tell you, some people think they're above average because of their proximity to things and people that they think are in power or make some decisions.
Oh, that's okay.
That's another angle as well that I don't see on here.
Social. Social proximity. Social proximity. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
because of who they know.
A lot of people clout chasing like that.
Damn, I ain't thinking about that. Yeah. That's big, right? That's big. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And that's why there's hidden agendas out here. Also, definitely the finance. I think that's another reason why, a lot of us women are more independent now. We're making our own money. And that brings another set of, I would say, it raises your confidence, definitely. Like, and they've been independent all this time. Maybe they haven't met that man that they're looking for. They feel like, hey, I could do this on my own. And like, pick and choose who I want when I want.
Yeah. Here's another one since Ina took two of them, Kojak. Let me go and drop one in here, right?
Go ahead, go on.
Yeah, Ina over here hogging up the reasons why people think they're above average.
Okay, well, you get about one. Yeah, I got a whole back.
But those were good. But I would say one reason is this reason number 4 is because somebody gassed their asses up and said, "Oh man," and you got them friends, right? That would. I mean, you can look like a toad in here. You can look like a tadpole. And they tell you, boy, dude, man, go get her, man. You can go get her, this, that, and other, such, man, you this, you that, the other. And to the woman, girl, you bad, girl. Y'all really do. Y'all really bad about that, gassing them up. And then all of a sudden they bending over, clapping in the club, right? Right. Don't look at me like that, Ina, because y'all be gassing y'all friends up. They be gassing you up, too. Look.
Y'all little friends be gassing y'all ass up, too. Don't play no game.
They do.
Don't holler.
They do. What's one more? What's one more? We said 5.
One more. Let's talk about like what you mentioned, intelligence.
Does that make them feel like they're above average though?
For some, I would think so.
Okay.
But you said that was like a factor on your list, right?
It is a factor on my list. But from my perspective, but I didn't know, that it would make them feel like they are more attractive or higher up on the whole mass scale because they're intelligent. I don't know, and maybe that is it. Yeah.
It got like that.
Oh, that's a really good point,
Come on,
right?
Michelle.
Because of the neighborhood you grew up in or how you grew up. Maybe you grew up in affluence, right?
Yeah.
And so, but you can still be hit. You can still be ugly in the mother.
Ugly mom, but
Right.
girl, he grew up
Right.
over
But
there
she lived in
in
Germantown or she lived in Collierville.
And a lot of times, confidence makes some people look better.
Oh,
You
it
got to
does.
think about it. If you got a daughter or whatever, you tell them, "Hey, you beautiful, you're an angel," and they grow up with that.
Yeah.
Some of them they don't get that. You're like, you ugly your whole life, and then they walk around. And you got some ladies that can actually be beautiful, but you really can't really tell because they in a shell. So what I'm saying is that confidence.
Come on, Coach
If you
Ed.
got it your whole life and you walking around, you it's on you. You be like, even if they ain't top tier, you be like, man, something about old girl.
I got another one. You made me
Yeah,
think about
somebody
another
else,
one.
girl.
I got another one.
Go ahead.
A person who has not been ran through.
They've been holding on.
Right.
Been
That
holding out.
they might feel like they're above
I
average. Hell, a
agree
lot
with
of people would feel like they're above average.
I agree with that.
Right. Yeah,
I agree
man.
with that.
Body count
Low
low.
body count.
Low
Yeah.
body count. They
Low
should
body
be
count.
very proud of that.
Yeah, man. Look. So Ina Esco,
Yes.
man, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
man.
You have
You're
been
welcome.
absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Give it up for Ina Esco in the building.
I enjoyed myself.
Yeah,
You guys
man.
are awesome.
Well,
You guys
thank
are
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
I'll come back anytime you guys
You're
want me to
welcome
come
to
back.
come back anytime.
what's
Seriously,
up.
you're welcome to come back anytime. Verbally Effective Podcast,
Yes.
Ina Esco.
Subscribe today.
Subscribe today.
Get it
And
in.
look, and also make sure you hit that subscribe button for the Antonio Parkinson Project. I hope you enjoyed the show. We will see you next week. Who we got in the show? Oh, never mind. We'll see you next week. You'll see the advertisement. Hey, thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next week.
All right. Great show.
Awesome. Did you enjoy it?
I did. It was fun.
Don't end it. Don't end it. Great show, y'all. Great job. Yeah.
And you do this.
Do your election day drop. So you got 3.
Okay.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey guys, this is Ina Esco, your double E, and your okay. Wait, I didn't do my
You don't matter which one you do first.
Hey guys, it's your double E, Ina Esco, the host of the Verbally Effective Podcast. Please subscribe now on my YouTube channel at Ina Esco. And you're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
No, separate them. Do one plug for your stuff.
Okay.
And then we're gonna run that as your own stuff, right? As your stuff. And then
Okay.
do the plug for
Okay. Hey guys, it's your double E, Ina Esco, the host of the Verbally Effective Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the Ina Esco YouTube channel and follow Verbally Effective on all social media platforms. Okay, so the next one is, and you're watching, right? Hey guys, it's your double E, Ina Esco. Make sure you are tuning in to the Antonio Parkinson Project. I think I need to do that again.
yeah,
I
you're
didn't say
watching
verbally
the
effective.
Antonio Park. So,
Okay.
so these drops, we'll keep that, but these
You
drops
gonna
are
recycle
gonna
'em.
they're gonna play in between. You know, when we had them
I got
breaks.
you.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey guys, it's your double E, Ina Esco, the host of the Verbally Effective Podcast, and you're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Nice.
Okay, so the next one is the voting.
Right. Yeah. Early voting October 16th through 31st. Election day November 5th.
Okay. Hey guys, it's your double E, Ina Esco, and you know I am the host of the Verbally Effective Podcast. I am all about uplifting voices here in Memphis, and you need to exercise your right to vote. Early voting is October 16th through, I had that on there too. Okay, let me do it again. Hey guys, it's your double E, Ina Esco, the host of the Verbally Effective Podcast. So you know this podcast is all about uplifting voices here in the city of Memphis. And I want you to exercise your right to vote. That's right. We have early voting October 16th through the 31st, early voting. And of course, Election Day, November 5th. Get out and vote.
I want you to do one more. I want you to say, hey, this is Ina Esco from Verbally Effective Podcast. From your stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I want you to say, watch me on the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Okay.
Link is in the comments, and point down. Make sure your point down is in the camera shot.
Okay. Link is in the comments.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Click the link in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah, however you want to say it.
Hey guys, it's your double E, Ina Esco, the host of the Verbally Effective Podcast. Check me out on the Antonio Parkinson Project. Link is right there in the comments.
Perfect.
All right.
All right. You want to give me Nichelle? Nichelle? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hey, this is Antonio Parkinson from the Antonio Parkinson Project. Make sure you tune into this last show because you don't want to miss it. The link is in the comments. Click on the comments. No, down in the comments. Yeah. Now, click. Perfect. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, this is State Representative Antonio Parkinson. Election time is here. And this is a very, very important election. I know I don't have to tell you. Let me do it again because the cars are burning rubber outside. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, this is State Representative Antonio Parkinson, and it is election time. This is a very, very, very important election. I can't say it enough. Wow. We want you to vote for Kamala Harris for President of the United States. We have an opportunity here to make history, but it's not just about making history because there's a lot at stake. You know, we have to save our democracy, and not just save our democracy. If we don't win this election, Trump will be back in office again, and that's troubling. Also, when you go to vote, make sure you vote down the entire ballot. When you vote for Kamala Harris, vote for Kamala Harris, but also vote for Gloria Johnson for U.S. Senate. Also vote in the congressional race, Steve Cohen, but also most importantly, or just as importantly, vote for your state representatives. And I hope that you'll vote for me also. But please vote all the way down the ballot. This is vitally important because we need to flip some seats in the Tennessee legislature. Early voting starts October 16th through the 31st. Election day is November 5th. Make sure you please take someone with you to vote. Take your children also. Let them go into the booth with you so that they can see how this process happens. All right. Don't forget, early voting October 16th through the 31st. Election day, November 5th. Vote the entire ballot. Say it again with me. Vote the entire ballot. All right? Thank you. Happy voting. All right. Do I have another one to do, or is that it? Kojak, you up? Yeah, remember we didn't have no sound. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, you killed it the first time. We're gonna get some pictures with you too.
November the October the 16th
through 31st.
through
30. Why you say that like that, Michelle? I know why you said it like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the 15th.
16th
To
to
the
31st,
31st.
early voting,
Okay.
and election day November 5th. Give yourself a countdown, or do you want me to clap the clapper?
We live?
Yeah.
We still live?
Yeah, but we're gonna cut it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, it's your man DJ Kojak, and I'm telling y'all, man, this election.
You lean. Let me sit here. Move your mic over just to hear. That way. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. There you go. You can get that. You can lean in if you want to.
Hey, yo, it's your man DJ Kojak, and I'm telling y'all, this election is vital. It's important. Get yourself. Hold on, let me start over.
Give yourself a countdown too, so I can see it.
5, 4, 3.
Well, I didn't mean that long of a countdown, but you know.
Hey, yo, it's your man DJ Kojak, and I'm telling y'all, get out and vote. Early voting starts October the 16th to the 31st. That's a lot of time right there, man. Make sure you vote early, and way you in and out. This election, we need y'all out there voting, and not just for the president, all the way down the line, man. Make sure you vote for everybody on that ticket, because we need that support right now. Y'all know what's going on in this country, man. And don't think your vote do not count, man. Get that vote in. We owe it to the people that gave their lives for it, man. Get out and vote. Early voting. Let's go.
Okay, then. Okay. Yeah, all right, then. Jesus, shit. Okay. Yeah, I see that.
What else I need to say?
I think you.
Do you want to do one?
Yeah, do one. Yeah, do one. Link in the comments. Yeah.
Link in the comment check.
Mhm.
I did that.
When did you do it, Kojak? 'Cause we don't know.
I put it on the page. I thought you was gonna use that for every show. Hey, yo, it's your man DJ Kojak in his last show. His last show was crazy, man. We had double E. I ain't gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna let you click that link right there. Click that link right there and check us out.
Link in the comments.
In the comments. Okay. Ready? You get my bloopers over here. I can't say because you don't know if you're gonna put this on this show or you're gonna put it on this show.
It's gonna be in the. This is Instagram and Facebook stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, yo, it's your man DJ Kojak. Hey, you got to check out this show. It was crazy. Crazy. A lot of information as well, man. Click that link right there in the bio, man. Click that link. Go ahead. I'm going to wait for you.
Link is in the comments,
Huh?
It's in the comments.
God damn. So I can't wait for him. Okay. All right. Hey, yo, it's your man DJ Kojak. Y'all check this out, man. This last show we did was crazy. Crazy. A lot of information as well, man. Click that link in the comment right down there, man. Y'all click that link and see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay. Okay, well, come on. Tell me. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And you know, we run it through that board over, see that sound board over there, and then it comes back in. Yeah. Yeah.